Learn English through stories. Intermediate English. The Prince and the Pauper. In the busy city of London, two boys were born on the same day. One lived in a palace, the other lived in deep poverty. Their lives could not have been more different. Yet fate was preparing a strange and powerful lesson. This story is about identity, kindness, and what it truly means to understand others. Tom Canty. Tom Canty was a poor boy who lived with his family in a small, dirty home. He had little food and no education. His father was cruel, and life was often hard. Still, Tom loved to dream. He imagined wearing fine clothes and living in comfort like a prince. Prince Edward. Prince Edward lived in the royal palace. He wore beautiful clothes and had servants for everything. People bowed when he passed, but his life was not perfect. He followed strict rules every day. He wished for freedom and simple happiness. Sometimes the palace felt like a golden cage. A curious dream. Tom loved to stand outside the palace gates. He watched the guards and imagined the royal life. One day, while dreaming near the gates, Tom was pushed by a guard. Prince Edward saw this and felt angry. He invited Tom inside the palace to protect him. Face to face. Inside the palace, the boys looked closely at each other. They were shocked. Tom and Edward looked exactly the same. Same face, same height, same age. They laughed and talked like friends. For the first time, each boy saw his own life through another's eyes. Changing clothes. As a joke, they decided to change clothes. Tom put on royal clothing. Edward wore Tom's poor clothes. They stood in front of a mirror and laughed. But suddenly, guards came. They believed Tom was the prince. Edward was pushed outside the palace without anyone listening. A shocking mistake. Edward tried to explain who he was, but no one believed him. His fine speech sounded strange without royal clothes. Guards thought he was mad. Meanwhile, Tom was treated like a prince. He was scared and confused, but everyone bowed to him. Life as a pauper. Edward now lived on the streets. He felt hunger, fear, and pain for the first time. People treated him badly. He learned how cruel life could be for the poor. Slowly, he began to understand suffering. His heart changed as he lived among ordinary people. Life as a prince. Tom lived in luxury, but nothing felt easy. Servants watched his every move. He did not know royal rules or manners. He made mistakes every day. Still, Tom was kind. He listened to people's problems and tried to be fair. His kindness surprised the court. Learning hard truths. Edward saw injustice everywhere. Poor people were punished harshly for small mistakes. He felt angry and helpless. He promised himself that if he ever returned to power, he would rule with kindness and fairness. His experience changed him deeply. Court confusion. In the palace, people noticed something strange. The prince spoke differently. He did not understand laws or traditions. Some believed he was ill. Others thought he had changed. Tom tried his best to act royal, but fear followed him every day. Lost and alone. Edward wandered from place to place. He was often hungry and tired. Sometimes kind strangers helped him. Other times, he was treated cruelly. Through pain and struggle, he grew stronger. He learned courage, patience, and humility. A kind friend. Edward met a man named Miles Hendon who believed his story. Miles protected Edward and treated him with respect. For the first time since leaving the palace, Edward felt hope. He realized kindness could exist even in difficult times. The king dies. One day, terrible news spread across the land. The king had died. The country prepared for Prince Edward's coronation. Tom was terrified. He knew he was not the real prince. The truth could no longer stay hidden. Coronation Day. The palace filled with nobles and guards. Tom wore royal clothes and walked toward the crown. His heart raced. He did not want power. He wanted truth. Just as the crown was about to touch his head, someone shouted from the crowd, "The true prince!" Edward stepped forward and declared who he was. People laughed at him. But Edward described private royal details only the real prince could know. Slowly, doubt turned into silence. Truth filled the room. Proof of identity. Edward spoke about a royal seal hidden by the late king. When the seal was found, exactly where Edward said it would be, everyone believed him. The real prince had returned. Tom stepped back with relief and gratitude. Justice restored. Edward became king. He did not forget what he learned. He changed unfair laws and protected the poor. His time as a pauper shaped his rule. He governed with compassion and wisdom. Tom's reward. Tom was not punished. Instead, Edward thanked him. Tom was given a safe home and education. His kindness and honesty were rewarded. The boys remained connected by their shared experience. A changed king. King Edward ruled with empathy. He understood suffering because he lived it. His people respected him deeply. He became a better king because he once lived without power. The real crown. Both boys learned who they truly were. By living another person's life, they discovered strength, kindness, and truth. Clothes and titles did not define them. Their actions and choices did. True identity and true leadership are shaped by empathy and experience. What about you? Have you ever imagined life from someone else's point of view? How might that change the way you see people and yourself? If you'd like, share your thoughts in the comments. Sharing your thoughts may help you think, grow, and practice English, while also inspiring others. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons.